in the bowl.
What's good? What's going on?
What's good?
Man, I can't complain, man. Can't complain. man, talk about a time, man. Before we even start, though, I just want to say welcome to In the Bowl podcast. Shout out to our host, Hustle Five Ways. I'm your host, Nas.
You got tall, man.
In the Bowl Call podcast is sponsored by your very own nation's capital's favorite hookah company, CCTU. Not only do they do your private events, they do retail distribution and provide an experience like no other. What's up, man? What's going on?
And all is good. Where's that customary cheers? Oh, you just sipping already? Okay, I'll take that.
Cheers. I was excited, man. Episode 4, you say, consistency is key.
Exactly. You see, I had to switch it up some and throw some shirt on it. They were telling me I'm wearing too much black out here, so I threw on a little of my army green. I'm not trying to be defensive, but just trying to brighten up a little bit.
Now, that's what's up. But I don't know, use two powerful words. Black, it doesn't have to always be defensive, but we always, doing what we do. As a matter of fact, 66 years today, Again, this is another reason why I love being black, being a black man out here. 66 years today, we celebrate a woman who was just doing what she did on a daily basis, and stood her ground. She stood her ground by sitting in her seat, not getting up, and that was the spark of the civil rights. So, I definitely want to do a cheers out to all the strong women and all that out there who stand up for what they believe in and what's right.
Exactly. So other than that, man, what's going on? I mean, how's your week been? I know we're going to get into, that good old Thanksgiving recap in a minute, but I mean, what's going on?
Man, Thanksgiving was interesting this year. It's a little bit different. We, as we know, times have changed over the last 20, 21 months. And, we had to kind of keep it real tight, low this year because COVID's running around rampant, so we had to keep it tight. So we kept it tight. But, like we talked about last week, I was still able to taste variations of some mac and cheese and turkey and, it was all good.
And did you wear your
What's up? Oh, yeah, I had my Timbs, even though, it's just us, I had my Timbs rocking out, it's, again, you go to the table as if, you just parlaying, you chilling,
Oh, man. Well, before I give you my Thanksgiving recap, I just want to tell you about, my wild day of getting to the studio today. So I drove the Batmobile, to give it a little bit of love, because the battery was getting low. So I hopped in, sign said battery low, some functions not available. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm not getting the seat warmer and the massage and all that stuff. It's cool. So I start driving. And while I'm driving, another light comes on.
Yeah.
Low on gas. I'm like, oh, man, no, I'm going to put some gas in last time, so it said 36 miles to empty. Luckily I wasn't, going too far. By the time I got on the highway, it was definitely up to, 60 miles to empty. So I definitely, got some gas before I got to the studio. But I'll tell you one thing, though. The price of gas is gone through the roof, man. I stopped at Exxon, $4.75 a gallon.
Damn.
Exactly. I'm using 93. So I said, yeah, we about to pull that old college move. Wherever it stops at $20, man, that's what I'm getting to get home.
We all been there.
Exactly. I'm not about to give them $85 to fill that tank up on that car, man. But, Thanksgiving was cool. Took a trip up to, Central PA to, see the family up there and, hung out. And it touched on exactly what you asked about, last year about, Caribbean Thanksgiving versus American one. So, up there had the oxtails, the curry shrimp, the seafood stuff and, all the fixings. Then came back down Friday and, went to Landover and had, the African American, experience. So did Thanksgiving, all over again. And, the mac and cheese and stuffing, and, the turkey. And, I'm proud to report that over the course of Thanksgiving, I seem to somehow have lost 2 to 3 pounds. I don't know how it's possible. but scale doesn't lie.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. With unexpected surprises. That's what's up. That's what's up.
But I am glad
Well,
that the holiday is kind of past, man, because the traffic and all that stuff, and going to the store to pick up things.
yeah, it's
That's
just
the stressful
chaotic.
part. That's the downside of the holiday. But all in all, man, everything was good though.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, was there a dish or a plate that you wish you would have put back?
Nah, well, you know what? There was one, and I did not even take the sympathy scoop. It was the cranberry sauce. I don't, man, I hate cranberry sauce with a passion, man. But there's some folks out there like cranberry sauce. So since I wasn't taking scoops of that, there was definitely more of that to go around for everybody.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So you don't even like cranberry sauce. So I can't even see if it's the cran or the homemade.
Nah, nah. I could do the juice. The juice is fine. You give me a cran apple, cran grape, or even pure cranberry juice. But just to have cranberry sauce on the table, man, just the texture of it and it coming out the can, how you got to fight to get it out, man. That's not appealing at all, man.
I feel you. I mean, that's a classic though. Like I said,
Yeah,
you mix it all up on the plate. That's a classic.
and like I said, I didn't have any, so there was more to go around for everyone. It wasn't in short supply.
Like my man Devin says, when you say no, fuck it, it's mo for me.
Oh man, so what do you think about our man Kevin Durant? See Pleasant's own, clapping back, at the folks who were talking about him. For I guess he had some little ash on his leg or something like that, and that became the focus of the day. The ash on Kevin Durant's leg, and him clapping back at them and responding back. And I mean, do you even think that's even necessary though?
On what side? I mean, you gotta think about it, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're in that platform or in that arena, you know what I'm saying? People looking at it. Whether they're gonna look at you from with a microscope, they're trying to find flaws. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can't take away a man is one of the greatest mans in the league right now. He's gonna go
Exactly.
down. He's gonna get his flowers, you know what I'm saying? And he that man is nasty on the court. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he made just had a rough lotion day. Now, granted, you know, you gotta be aware, but again, that man loves the game. So I don't know. I mean, I think people just digging in his shit a little bit too much. But that man was
Exactly.
ashy as shit though. Like he was that joint. I mean, I was hoping it was a piece of like a design sock. That joint was rough.
Oh, come on, man. Not every day, we are 100% lotion. There's the potential for a spot to get missed or, whatever you're wearing to rub up against your leg. For instance, it was 50 degrees today, so I look at this as a warm day since we're in December, so I got the jeans with the rips in it. And, I was in here before, I know we were going to talk about Kevin Durant. I'm kind of making sure, my legs are good. I don't want people on YouTube in the comments talking about, yeah, they're talking about KD, but tall man's knees are ashy, and now I got to clap back.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. But you're on that platform, so when you come to the stage, you try to be presentable. But again, it's focused on the game and getting that dub. You know what I'm saying? I think I agree, and I hear what you're saying. We forget we're human. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But my man, you don't get that ashy over 24 hours. You got to be taking a bath in sand with a splash of water. Like you don't get that ashy that quick. You know what I'm saying? So I
See,
don't
now
know.
sounds like you're coming from a man. You know what's going on here.
Nah, I'm not going for him. I'm just simply saying though, you don't get that ashy in 24 hours. I don't really care how bad the situation is. Like you could be outside in the tundra, you know what I'm saying? And you could have forgot for a day or so. But yeah, you ain't gonna get that ashy in 24 hours, good brother. I don't know about that. But like I said, the man's still nice with it. It is what it is.
But
But he also has to expect it. You know what I'm saying? If people are going to go in on him, and he's human. So can I be mad at that? He's going to respond. And, it's like that scenario, you know what I'm saying? Like you dish it, you should receive it. So you put it out there. I mean, you got every right to go back. That's what it's all about.
No, I agree, and there's a thing out there, and I don't know if it's a medical condition. Definitely did not go to medical school, so don't hold my feet to the fire on it. But there is a complex called like dry skin. As I know when I'm in the lotion aisle trying to, figure
That's what
out,
they call
which
eczema.
lotion I'm going for. They got the extra dry skin, moisture this, cocoa butter. It's a wide variation, so we don't know if that man has a medical condition, man.
Nah, I don't know if I'm gonna go that route. I don't know. I don't know if I can go that route because you got various brands, as you mentioned, in different levels and degrees. So if you have that, there are ways you can you can fight it, right? So you could essentially get some eczema, you know, because he was borderline. I don't know if he was pre-eczema or post-eczema, but one of them joints. And I'm not making fun of it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that joint, I couldn't tell if it was a sock or that was skin. Like, that was a lot.
And not to belabor the point, but I mean, he could have grabbed the wrong lotion that day. I know, sometimes when I'm traveling, I may be in the aisle in Target, trying to find, the travel size stuff, and it's slim pickings. He could have just picked up
My
the
man,
wrong.
he could have used water
Oh,
over
come on,
there.
man. Water's gonna work for 15 minutes, then you ashy all over again.
Now, water would have helped him out to an extent. Water would have helped him out. Anything would have helped him out. Okay, anything.
I
You
guess.
got travel size of Vaseline. You got. Listen to me. There's too many resources out here for you not to be able to get $1.95 travel size of toiletries.
See, and you know what? You're talking about these first world problems. Sometimes when you're out there, you don't have access to all that, and you kind of go with it on the fly. I know I've done it a million times, and luckily, I wasn't playing in front of thousands of people or on TV in front of millions of people where a little ash on the elbow or something on the calf show, but it's all good, man.
Nah, man. Like think about it. You know what you're about to get in front of. Like you made it to that arena. You know you're going to be viewed by millions. So and you know that, especially with the how long he's been in the league and he's been at this level. He is an entertainer. He's an athlete. That's what he's an athlete that provides entertainment to the folks. So people are watching. That's the name of the game. People are gonna watch you. You should know that. Now, I don't know. I don't know if lotion, if he's allergic to lotion, I don't know. But my man, 24 hours does not do you like that.
Hey, and see, once again, Kevin Durant's my guy. My pops lived in, Sea Pleasant. Shout out to Fernleaf Avenue and Sea Pleasant Drive. But so it's all good, man. Football players don't have the same, you know, uh, challenges that basketball players have. I mean, we look at some of their arms and things of that nature. They're ashy, but again, your comeback is probably going to be well. They're getting tackled, they fall in the grass. So I'll let that one go this time.
We all get a pass. He's human, like we talked about last time. Second chances. Just don't do that again, dog. Don't do
So
that again.
so speaking of seconds, man, it's wintertime in the DMV, man. These COVID cases are starting to creep back up. We got the new variant.
Yeah.
I saw that the travel ban on a couple countries and South Africa and around South Africa, and today I heard that new variant has just shown its face in California. So the new variant is here,
Mm,
and
yeah.
also I'm starting to look at how I'm moving around because I still stay masked up even when I've been to states or countries where the mask requirement was relaxed. I always had it under my chin, man, because it's real out there.
Yeah. No, it is. It's real. It's real. I got hit with the COVID stick, man. It hit me with the COVID stick, man. And it gets you. You don't even know, and it's crazy. It makes you think about everyone you're around after that. You just start looking at folks and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Just you checking who's around you. Someone cough and stuff like that. But it's one of those things that I think we just stay vigilant out here. Stay up on your meds and your not even meds, man, scratch meds. I think it's just you stay up on your juicing, your juices, your nutrients, your vitamins. You know, and like you said, get it in your food. A lot of turmeric, ginger, onion.
Yeah,
Get those natural antibiotics, antibiotics, antibiotics. You know, get
that
it,
stuff
get
works wonders.
Yeah, I know, right? Get it in there. So that's where it's at.
Yes, sir. Well, let's go ahead and get into a very interesting debate that we've had in the rum shack, in the presence of the fellas, in the presence of mixed company. Let's talk about the differences between dating, talking to someone, and just messing around because we're we're at the tail end of cuffing season draft.
There you
You know,
go. The draft. It's the draft. Starting lineup. Starting lineup.
so folks may find this conversation to be beneficial to them as they move forward in their draft progress and get ready to hunker down for the winter. So I mean, what do you think are some of the major complexities as it relates to differentiating between dating, talking, and messing around?
Yeah, there's definitely levels to it. There's levels to it, and I think that for men and women, it's just two different definitions to it, right? So a lot of folks, when people say you dating, yeah, I'm dating. You're dating this, that. I'm dating her, dating, all that. So it's a dating means you're kind of testing the market. I think, before and it could be a one date, it could be a two date, but I think it still leaves room for, you know, other folks to be dating multiple folks because you date multiple folks because you are testing the waters in the market,
Okay.
But someone sits and say, oh, we're dating, I think you probably put another term, but no one really says, someone asks you, oh, yeah, I'm dating, I'm chilling. So I think you have multiple when you date. You know, that's my thought on date. But when you start saying you talk to them, you may increase a little bit more of the talking. But again, you're talking, you're not serious. So again, that may be your gray area where things are okay to happen. You may not like it because your level and degree of talking may vary, but that's something that you're going to have to handle. So unless and you're talking to get to that point, so you're talking, figuring each other out, seeing if you even like this person, can they hold the conversation? Again, you're talking, you're figuring it out. But it's that gray area where there still leaves room
Yeah.
for
So
one
so
person's feelings to get hurt.
so let's let's stop right there and let's unpack this a little further. So I think a lot of the misconception comes between dating and talking and kind of which one comes first.
Mm.
Because, yes, dating and man, I definitely wasn't an English major, but I think it can be a adjective and possibly a verb, because a person is dating, then yes, they're seeing, several people, they're trying to figure out, kind of what's what. I mean, maybe their intention just to date and not take anything too seriously or settle down, or they could just be talking to a bunch of different people. So I mean, I think that those definitions kind of get thrown around a lot because in some instances, a person can be, hey, I'm talking to a couple different people, trying to figure out what's what, who's a good match. And once you leave that stage, it's like, all right, well, look, now I'm looking to date this individual. And at that point it becomes, all right, are you dating exclusively, where now we're talking about a monogamous situation, or
Mm.
have you just trimmed your field down from, let's say, you were talking to five people, now you're going on dates constantly with two or three, still trying to figure out what you're doing. I think a lot of it just comes down to communication.
All of it's communication.
Oh,
You
oh,
starting.
definitely, because I think and I know from experience, if you are just honest and lay things out there with what your intentions are and what you are doing, you allow that other person to make a rational decision.
Yeah,
You know, if you tell
yeah,
someone, hey, I'm dating a couple different folks, but I like hanging out with you, or I'm talking to a couple different folks, but I like, the time we share, and they're cool with that, then that's something different. But I think the issue comes in hand when, you're talking to someone of the opposite sex, and one individual is still talking or dating to multiple individuals, where the other individual has now kind of shut the door on everyone else, and they're focusing exclusively on that one person. And again, that's where that communication comes in, because if
yeah,
it's been communicated, hey, this is the situation, we're just hanging out having fun, and you chose to make an individual exclusive to you, you can't be upset if the individual is still dating.
yeah. Fact,
But
facts.
I think,
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people do that. So it's like you really can't be upset if a person told you what it was to begin with.
yeah. So you're saying it's like the chicken or the egg, right? Which one comes first? But to me, essentially, I think they could be, like you said. I think the communication part is the key part. But I think someone may say, all right, yeah, I talked to a couple folks, because they may be trying to downplay it. Or someone may say, hey, yeah, we talk, yeah, we talk and get to know each other. Just like that, that tone can kind of set that tone right there as to if it's multiple or not. And then we
Yeah.
say you're dating, you walk in the folks' crib and they like, what's up, nephew? What's going on? Where the ladies at? Whatever, where you at with it? Or, who you with? I'm just dating around right now, trying to figure out, test out the water. So it all depends on how that delivery is. And like you said, that's with the outside portion of it. But when you're talking and communicating with that, other person, then you do have that conversation. You set the tone up front. It just makes it easier, you know what I'm saying? Because again, there's always, I think in any relationship, there's always one person that may be moving a little bit faster than the other, and have one perception as to where they're at, in the status, or where they're
Yes.
at on the roster,
Oh,
you
speak on it.
know,
Yes.
and unfortunately, it doesn't always end well. Sometimes it does end well. They're both on the, with that. But I think you kind of set that, groundwork up front. So dating and talking, it depends who's asking, but both of them leave a very gray area, if not defined.
This is true. And then when you get to that, I think that messing around one is probably the most complicated of the three, because messing around. When I hear that, I'm thinking, okay, there are no expectations. Everybody is just having fun. But I think where messing around kind of gets out of hand is when it's communicated. So let me say that both folks know, hey, nothing serious here. We're just messing around. We're hanging out, and one person starts to develop feelings. And that's the game changer in that whole situation, because now that individual may be trying to put higher expectations on the situation when there really aren't those higher expectations involved.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel you. I hear you. I hear you. But messing around,
Hey,
messing,
bring it. Let's go.
messing around. I think once you start messing around, what I'm saying, this is called a spade a spade. Y'all having relations. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you ain't really messing around with nobody. You messing around like, yo, we messing around. We just we kick it, we hang out. Those words right there, without saying it, are the definitions of relations. Y'all fucking, like, that's what you doing. Excuse me. That's just call a spade a spade. Y'all
Oh man.
messing around. You know what I'm saying? So again, to me, I feel like in that dating or talking, when you're dating around that gray area, date a couple, you mess around with two of the five, or you mess around with one of the five. You want to stay safe out here, especially during COVID. So, that
Oh,
dating, talking, and messing around is a little bit more serious nowadays. You know what I'm
hey,
saying? Because you ain't trying to just be out here wilding, you know. It's just sad, you ain't even worried about catching STDs no more, man. Bama's out here worried about catching that vid, you know? That's what they
Tell me
call
about
it.
it.
You got that vid, you know. That sounds like an STD. You know what I'm saying? That's just from someone coughing on your neck. You know, but yeah, messing around, man. Once you start messing around, I mean, there's relations in there. You know, all the time when there's relations, someone catches feelings. You know, I think people talk of, you know, they talk a big game about, you know, no, that's cool. You know, we chilling, but nah, I think messing around. That's when that's when y'all having relations. Then
Yeah, so so now let's pick that one apart. So you can't be dating and having relations, or you can't be talking and having relations.
yeah, but in all three of them, you messing around. That's what I'm saying. It all depends on the degree. If I'm dating somebody, if I'm dating multiple people, and I don't know, some people date with a purpose, some people don't. So that's why I'm saying there's so many levels to it, and it's we can sit there and say, you know, men and women, you know, it's the way we're wired as human beings. You know, we all put different levels on different things. That's why they say, you know, how good was the movie or how good was that? It's relative. You know, what's my good may not be your good. What my
Yeah,
dating is, and so when I say messing around, it's like I don't know if I'm gonna tell, you know, my grandparents, yeah, I'm just messing around. I'm not gonna tell them that. You know what I'm saying? I may be like, hey, we're dating, I'm dating, and I say I'm dating. That means multiple folks, or we're dating. It's all about, you know, the structure of the sentence and how you reply.
yeah. No,
But messing
I
around is
agree.
fucking now.
I agree, and you know that's one thing, you know, where I take my hat off to the single guys out there that are dating. I'm not going to exclude the women. I'm just talking from a male perspective,
Yeah,
and you know, may catch some blowback from this, but again, you know, we're here giving our opinions, and I mean, this is what we do. I mean, if you have a different
hmm
opinion, let's talk about it.
yeah.
But you know, I think on men, I think dating is more challenging. And you know, I know women, you know, their response will be, yeah, but you know, there are not a lot of men out there, or not a lot of good men out there, and things of that nature. But you know, and that may be true on that end. But I mean, financially, I mean, think about it as a single guy. You know, if you go on, we'll say 2 or 3 dates a week, you know, what kind
Mm.
of expenses are you racking up there?
And
Because
that's where, yeah,
yeah, because you know, I know, you know, I'm an old school gentleman, so you know, if I'm going on a date, you know, I'm gonna pay. You know, now if she offers to pay and pay half, that's cool. I respect that. You know, but as a man, it's like, nah, you know, I got this one. But like I said, I mean, you look at 2 or 3 dates a week, and you know, going out in DC is not cheap at all. You know, you go to some spots in the city, you know, you just get a drink. Their drink is what, 14, $15.
yeah, yeah.
And that's before the tip. And you know, you haven't even sat down and, you know, got any food yet. So I mean, it can be a, you know, economical, you know, burden on men. But
So I think it depends. I think you hit a mark though, right? So again, let's go back to the dating thing, right? If you dating one person, y'all going out 3 days a week. Hopefully, after like the third or fourth week, you know, there's been certain conversations and people are moving because 3 to 4 times a week just to be dating somebody, if it's one person, that's a lot of time to see somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like you're working on a purpose right there, right? So if you dating one person because you're getting to know and y'all are talking, and then y'all start messing around, see how that kind of just all flow together. You know what I'm saying? So if you are, you know, it could be, it depends, right? And then that dating could become serious, more serious, or, you know, if that individual who you're dating with is like, you know what, we ain't got to go out to eat because a date could be let's go for a walk. A date could be let's go for some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? So, but now if you dating multiple joints. So your uncle says, yo, you be like, hey, nephew, what's up? What's going on? At the Thanksgiving table, he pull you aside, y'all watching the game. He said, what's up with you? You know, he's like, and you just respond, like, yeah, I'm dating around. Now, that could be multiple folks, and probably I'm buying dinner and drinks because there's an end of the night mission for each one of those dates. And that's where you get into the messing around time, right? So, you know, that's when it can get expensive. But like they say, you know, quality over, you know, quantity, you know. So Use your time wisely. Like you said, the single guys out here, I feel for them, especially during COVID time, and it's real out here.
Yeah, it is. And again, my only advice to, everyone out there dating, communicate, put your intentions out there, and just be honest. If somebody is going to go with the flow and, they're on board, roll with it. If they say,
Hmm.
hey, this isn't for me, I mean, walk away. I mean, there's a lot of men out there, a lot of women out there. You definitely can find someone.
Man, the mask is the new rubber, man. You gotta protect yourself out here. So, I mean, don't forget that mask, fellas. Go out there. Wear that mask out here.
Exactly. In the gym, I'm still, rocking my mask. Now, if I'm doing some cardio and nobody's around me, I may slide it down, so that way I can, breathe out my nose. But yeah, man, I still don't trust people, man. The mask is still a definite accessory, that you have
Yeah.
with you every day.
Facts, keys, wallet, phone, mask, bet. You know. But yeah, no, I
Exactly.
think But that's what you said. Just you don't know them. That's why folks talk. You talk to get to know folks, and then then you. But the initial thing, like you said, you gotta stay vigilant out here.
Got to, got to. All right, man. So let's talk about these flash mob robberies. That over the last month, have garnered, so much attention. So you had the Louis store, which got hit for 100K. You had
Yeah.
Home Depot, which got hit on Black Friday, and that was wild. So I'm like, people are still in power tools and things at the Home Depot. That's a whole different, whole different, topic. And then you got, Best Buy, the Nordstroms in LA, and the sheriff out there, law enforcement, they're saying, hey, to the rest of the country, beware. I mean, this is, coming,
Mm.
towards your area, man. What are your thoughts on these flash mob robberies?
No, no, I think it's wild. The flash mob initially, like again, it was a social media, you know, um, phenomenon. Just a
Hmm.
group of people doing spontaneous things. You know, and bringing like joy and stuff to folks. Now, you know, with this social media out here, you can just send one text and say, "Hey, meet me on corner of such and such," and I was reading up on it, and they was talking about how they do it because they talk about strength in numbers. You know, um, you got definitely hope the guard that and I forgot where he was, but there's a guard that burned, so people are getting hurt from it.
Yeah,
Um, and so they turned something that was once people enjoyed and liked to now where you just take it. And it just turned to something that was positive into a negative. And unfortunately, people are getting hurt from that thing now. So I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a fan of people stealing. Not a fan of people, taking. You know what I'm saying? We get up every day, bust our ass, we work.
exactly. Work hard.
And you going out there, and that's your job. Your job is to, and you can hurt somebody, just for what? A new belt. But times are rough. And I get it. People losing their job, people trying to support families. And it's tough out here, but they also say, the crazy thing about it is, we'll get back to the flash mob part, but this was the highest, the Q4 was the highest time for people leaving their jobs, not jobs being lost, but people quitting their jobs. So there's a rack of vacancies out here, and people just, but you want something quick and easy. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, but back to the flash mob. I don't know. I don't fuck with people stealing. I don't fuck with people doing that, hurting folks. Um,
yeah, I
can't
agree.
lie though.
I
Things
agree.
happen. But nah. I don't know. What you thinking about it? I mean, I don't
Well,
know about that one.
DC is not immune to it. If you recall, back in the day, DC had a couple, flash mobs. They had a, store in Georgetown in 2015 that got hit.
Yep.
Barracks Road, the 7-Eleven in 2016, and I want to say it was something else like 2018 or 2019. Again,
Yeah.
another convenience store. So I mean, it's definitely I don't want to say new phenomenon, but we're definitely seeing more and more of it. In the past it may have been here or there, but it's definitely becoming more prevalent. And I'm with you. I mean, because even the people who are in there, stealing stuff, I mean, they could be hurt as well. You go into the wrong store.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have armed security guards. So I mean, that can turn out to be a unfortunate incident. Or
Yeah.
the civilians, the bystanders who are just in there trying to buy something in shop, getting ran over or knocked down or pushed. So I mean, it's a really dangerous and risky situation for
Yeah.
everyone involved. I definitely don't support it and don't condone it. But I know that, ironically, always around the holidays, I know my head is on an extra swivel because, like you said, a lot of people are leaving their jobs in the fourth quarter. But a lot of times around the holiday, man, crime goes up around Christmas. People leaving packages in their car, getting their windows
Yeah.
busted, and people walking at the door with the new PS5, getting jacked.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a dangerous time of year. It's one of those
Yeah.
the downsides of the holidays, because I mean, folks are hungry and folks are desperate, and
Yeah.
when a person is desperate, man, it's just no telling what they'll do. So it's a risk.
That is a risk, man. Like you said, there's some desperate people out here right now. Times is hard, man. Times are hard, and I get it, but we got to find a better way, man. So I don't know about that, man. This the flash mob is wild though, but Bama's making $100,000 off of just a smash and grab. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, boosting is, like I said, it's nothing new. I mean, folks have been boosting stuff and flipping on the streets forever, but now when you have a large group doing it all at once, and it's crazy because when I think about flash mobs, I think about people showing up in Times Square, all doing the cha cha slide or whatever
Yeah,
the new dance is. I
yeah,
don't think about it as in, all right, people are linking up to go to Nordstrom and knock them off for a couple $1,000s worth of stuff. So it's wild. And I saw the videos, people outside, waiting in cars and jumping in cars and things like that. And with cameras and social media, it's like, come on, people, don't be stupid out here
we
because all
talk
the
about social.
no, I was just gonna
Yeah,
say, all the cameras you have on the streets, outside of buildings, all somebody needs to do is get copy your license tag or something, because you can be tracked down. So I mean, is it worth your freedom and your livelihood? To go out and steal a couple jackets or steal some power tools from Home Depot.
yeah,
And I'm
nah,
still at
nah,
Home
but
Depot 'cause that's wild. When I heard that Home
yeah.
Depot,
My man trying to build a house, man. They trying to build some dwellings, man. They trying to give back, man. Nah, but like you said, man, this Cameron, we talked about it. What recently? We were just talking about how people putting everything on camera. Clout chasing. Thinking that shit cool. Thinking like, oh, I'm gonna become a phenomenon on this social media shit. When nah, man, you can do it the right way. Just get up every day and then just grind it out. You can do it. The
exactly.
camera, the camera's dangerous, man. We talking about people putting their relationships on it. They doing this, they doing that, doing flash mob, and the shit is mind blowing how they don't think that they don't have facial recognition. Like it fucking blows my mind.
Yes.
Like, come on, and they just going, just smiling and shit. Like, come on, man.
Man, that goes back to that oversharing everything on social media, and
Yeah,
again I was gonna say I come from a time, but I mean you're also on that cusp where we were around and teenagers, adults, before social media really took off, and I still kind of, operate in that same, mind state where, you don't post everything. You don't post, exactly where you're at, while you're there, checking in, all this stuff. I mean, it's too dangerous doing that stuff. But I mean, some people, that's their thing and they live for it. And, I'm not going to knock them, because, each generation, every individual, they have choices and they decide, how they're going to live their life. But to me, that's just, too much risky behavior. I mean, even going back when you look at, what happened to Pop Smoke, and they said somebody, and I say allegedly because I'm not sure, it was a couple months ago, posted the house number, for where they
Mm,
were, and that's how they got, robbed.
yeah.
So it's simple things like that you can, do to protect yourself, man. I just try to pride myself on having a lot of situational awareness of, what's going on around me, so that way I'm not putting myself or friends, family, or loved ones in, bad situations.
Anyone's ever been, robbed or someone stole something from them, man. That's probably the worst feeling in the world, man. I remember, someone broke into my car one time. I didn't even realize. I got in the car, opened it up, put the key in the ignition, put my hand on my radio. My shit went straight to my engine. I was like, what the fuck? My shit just went straight through. And I didn't even think it was a routine. I got in the car, just went in there. My whole shit was gone. I'm sitting there like, yo. I look in the back, they done took shit out of my trunk. And I'm like, ah. That joint just feels like someone just sitting in your house. You don't even know, watching your TV just butt naked, just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's the most violating feeling that you
That's where I
ever
was.
feel.
That's where I was going. It's very violating because I
You
remember
know?
at run and shoot. We go in there to play ball in the middle of the day. I come outside. Someone stole my subwoofers out my truck, and it
Yeah.
stole. I think what stole my bowling ball. I'm like, why are you stealing my bowling ball and some size 14 bowling shoes? They weren't even cool bowling shoes.
Yeah.
There was some white shoes with, I think they had Velcro on them. I mean, it was like, what are you doing with that, man? Now we're just being petty. Another time, somebody broke into my truck and stole my gloves, man. And I was like, you know what? I hope they really need them gloves, and it was worth it. And that's why I started just buying everything factory, man. I stopped putting things in vehicles because the Expedition, man. I've replaced every window on that truck with the exception of the windshield and the back window. Every
Mm,
other window in there has been replaced and retinted, multiple
mm.
times, man.
Yeah, yeah. That joint's violating, man. You feel violated, man. It's not a warm, fuzzy feeling.
And the worst one, man, when I had my Denali, man, quick story. I may have told you in the past, but I went to a wedding, somewhere out. I think it was like Nebraska, and the wedding was like in a cornfield. I had a beer truck. Really wild wedding. We'll touch on that on another show. But I get back home from the airport and I look over and two of my neighbors, their trucks are sitting. Well, one of them his truck is sitting on center blocks, and my
Mm,
man had an Escalade with 26s on there. It's late September. So I'm like, all right, maybe he's about to switch his tires out for the winter because those 26s low profiles, man. You're not doing nothing in the snow in that truck.
nothing.
So then a few weeks later, I'm getting ready to go to work. I come outside, I'm sipping my coffee. I look at my truck. My truck is on center blocks. I'm like, nah, I gotta be dreaming. I go back in the house,
Mm,
I send an email to my supervisor. Well, one, I took a picture because I'm like, some of the things that happen to me, I know it sounds unbelievable. And I don't want them to
mm,
think I'm BSing. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna be a little late. Someone stole the tires on my truck, tires and rims. So I'll be in, when I get in. And then come to find out a few days later, they broke because I couldn't move the truck yet. I was waiting, for the insurance company. They broke into the sunroof. And the only thing they stole was one of the center blocks I had in the back of the truck. I said, man, you got to be kidding me. It's time to move out of here, man. I
oh, they
got to
done
get
got through the sunroof?
it,
Damn.
exactly. They hopped through the sunroof, went to the truck. And again, you couldn't steal anything in that truck because it was all factory, But
Mm,
apparently, the rims, it's a whole bunch of old Chevy box Tahoes, riding around with,
man.
new rims on it. And that's how they get them. But
And they
it's
had you
crazy.
on the cinder block, cinder block, cinder block. They done got you.
Yeah, and I even tried to cheat. I had the truck parked close to another car, so you really couldn't get over there and do any work. But the Bama's was sweet though. I give that to them, man. They got them. It's like, hey, look, you earned those tires because I made you work for at least two of them.
There you go. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Damn. Yeah, it's just violating, man. Ain't cool.
Nah, man, not at all, man. So
No.
before we get out of here, man, what else you got going on this week? What's going on this weekend?
Nothing, man. Just maintaining, man. We lost some powerful people. We lost a not only someone who was iconic in the fashion world, you know, but and I didn't even realize, Virgil, he started doing like design as a concept car design now for the Maybach. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother was talented, and again, it's another brother that was just going too soon. So, just think about life as we about to go in the new year. That's all I do for the next, December. That's my month. Just to, again, just continue to think about, all right, what we about to do and how we going to continue to excel. So, just get in my bag a little bit.
I like it, and you're right, man. Rest in peace to Virgil, and it's funny because the last couple of weeks or so, since that Kanye interview, he was dropping Virgil's name, a lot.
Yeah.
Things I wasn't, totally up on, the connection between, Virgil and Kanye. But then when I saw the backstory, I was like, okay, this makes sense because I think, Virgil went in one direction and, Kanye went to the Gap or something along those lines and, started doing things. And he explained his rationale for why he went there. And I was like, all right, I get it. I get it. And as soon as, I started looking up the guy, trying to go deeper to find out, more about him and what he was doing. Because I didn't even know about the concept car with the Maybach, because I still got
Yeah.
a soft spot for that car. I remember when I bought my Mercedes, back in 2006, they had a Maybach sitting on the floor, and they let me and Van Allen, sit in the back of while they were drawing the paperwork up. And I'm not gonna lie, we kind of turned in some groupies in that car. We took a couple selfies. And when I say we took selfies, he was taking his selfies, I was taking my selfies. We weren't taking selfies together. But I mean, it was just phenomenal
Disclaimer.
on the inside, and I truly loved it. And I said, before I leave this earth, that Maybach and that snack box, those two will be, part of the fleet at some point. But I guess really the only big thing I have going on this week is, District DC, Jolly and TC, they have a cigar event at Petworth Cigars. Petworth Cigars
Okay.
is celebrating their 1 year anniversary. Nice black-owned cigar bar in Petworth. I've gone in, a few times and grabbed some sticks before trips, and they've been, hung out on their patio. Had a stick out there, and just took in, the city life. So I'll probably swing by there and say what's up to those fellows because they always support us. So we try to make sure
Yeah.
we support them as well.
Yeah. Nah, for sure, man. Yeah, it's this weekend, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
What you
this
talking about?
Saturday from Saturday, I think 2 until 8 p.m.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
So
Yeah, man, definitely. That's why I love it. Support us. As you see, got that support black colleges. Again, like I said, this is just a scary time, but we villaging, and it's an amazing time just to be black, to be us, to celebrate each other. Give each other our flowers while we here.
exactly, you
You
got to.
know.
Got to. Well, before we head out of here, shout out to Shisha to you. You can follow them on IG. Also, thanks to everybody for rocking with us this week. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube. Definitely, subscribe, like, follow us. Leave comments. Let us know, what you think. If you have something that you think we need to talk about, put it out there. Like I said, we'll give you our opinions on it, and you may like it, you may not like it, or you may get a different perspective of something. Also, if you have, a flavor or a brand, We always talk about, mixing up different things, so, give us ideas of, what you're smoking at home while watching this, because we know you're sitting back, firing your hookah up. And most importantly, don't forget to clean out your hookah. Don't leave the water sitting in there, for a week on the counter, on the floor. After every use, rinse it out. You don't need anything special, just a little soap and water. That'll keep it clean.
There you go. That's what's up. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely, man. I forgot, man. They hit us up about a nice special going on. They're having a special all month. So, definitely get those blends out there.
What's the special they have going on right now?
And now they got 15% off for the rest of the month. And free delivery for any orders over $100. So They got some nice, no matter how big, how small, 15% off. And again, they take care of you. They ship and deliver. So
and they ship all over the states, right? They ship everywhere.
Yeah. My folks hit me up. They love that pumpkin pie blend they had for the holiday. They thought it was different. You know what I'm saying? They loved it. So, they was down in Texas, so they enjoyed it.
That's what I like to hear, because I know I'm still enjoying it. I think when I traveled with the hookah for Thanksgiving, we had a little bit of that left, and we smoked it, and it was definitely a fan favorite during the garage hookah session.
There you go. Hey, we all got sessions. I get it. I get it. Again, that's where you talk about that whole, messing around session. What it is.
All right, I like how you linked that one up, man. Well, I guess we'll get out of here. We'll do this again next week. Until then, man, hey, enjoy your hookah, and we'll talk soon.
Yo, like, click, and subscribe.
Hustle 5 Ways Radio.